Well, hey guys, good morning. Big A, here we are on the station, Camp Greenway. Hope this past weekend was great for you guys. It was great for me. I didn't do anything. I took a Sabbath yesterday, hung out, relaxed, ate some good food, took a few naps. I'm feeling fired up this morning. I hope you guys are fired up as well. I coach guys every single week that struggle in one of three areas. We're reading a book right now called The One Thing by Jay Papasan and Gary Keller. What an amazing book. Now listen, I recommend books all the time. You guys know I love to read and I'm always recommending books. But if you don't read The One Thing, you are really missing out on a great book that's going to help you in so many areas. It talks about all the different things that we could do, but there's only one thing that we should be doing, the one thing. And I want to know from you, what is your one thing? Post it in the comments below and let me know if you figured out what that one thing is. There's three things that I've pretty much discovered throughout my coaching career and through my entrepreneurial experiences that we've got to have. First of all, we got to have great clarity on what it is that we're trying to accomplish in life. We've got to have a great amount of focus in our life, and then we have to have a great amount of consistency to implement in that strategy. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've got the focus down. There is no question I can get extremely focused. The other thing that I do, I feel like pretty consistently, is to be consistent, to do it over and over and over. Even when I don't want to do it, continue to do it over and over. But the place throughout my career that I've struggled with is having that clarity in the beginning. I'm going to tell you, if you're sitting there waiting to have perfect clarity in everything that you do for the long term, it's not going to happen. My friend Dan Miller used to tell me years ago, he said, man, it's a lot easier to pivot the ship once you get it out in the harbor. But getting it out in the harbor is the hard part. And I want to encourage you guys to take the next right step. You can't see the whole picture. The other thing that I used to do is I would try to plan for eternity. It would be like, hey, I've got to have a 10-year plan or a 20-year plan. Well, I've stopped doing that because I can have much greater clarity if I will do this on a shorter basis. Like if I can do it for a 36-month period or maybe even 5 years. But outside of that, it is really tough to get great clarity going forward. In the book, The One Thing, Papasan and Gary Keller is talking about how we need to focus on that one thing. That doesn't mean one thing forever. I mean, it doesn't have to be only one thing for the rest of your life, but it's one thing at a time. And they talk about in the book that you can do two things simultaneously, but you can't focus but on one thing at a time. Guys that I coach on a regular basis, they're trying to do real estate investments in their profession, and they're trying to do, 6 different things, and they're the inch deep and a mile wide mentality. And throughout the coaching process, I teach them to be an inch wide and a mile deep, and you can make more money than you want. Oftentimes the guys say, yeah, I don't really enjoy what I'm doing. And I'll ask them, if you were making $250,000, $300,000 a year, would you enjoy it more? They said, well, sure, Big A, I would enjoy it more. Then I would suggest eliminating some things and focus on that, and you will make $250,000, $300,000 a year if you'll get extremely focused. I know even recently there was an opportunity that I had that I passed up that would have been a great opportunity, but I didn't have the bandwidth to do a great job at it. Well, guys, listen, you're in the same situation. Many of you that are watching this video this morning are in that exact situation. Many of you have that shiny object syndrome. You think, I've got to do this, I'm going to miss this opportunity. And then what you do is dilute the things that you really could be good at. I want to encourage you to get rid of those golden handcuffs, the things that is holding you there, and focus on one thing. Many times I talk about people that are in sports and how they're really focused in doing the things like Michael Phelps. That guy only swims. He doesn't do the javelin and he doesn't do other things. He only swims. And as a result of it, he's got 26 gold medals, the most decorated Olympian ever to live, because he focuses on one thing. Well, what is it for you? What are you focusing on today that's going to pay huge dividends? And what are you going to give up if you don't eliminate some things? That's the way I've grown, is through elimination. about a year ago, I gave up another company that I owned. And as a result of that, Iron Sharpens Iron Mastermind Group has grown 35% in the past 6 or 8 months because of our level of focus. Your business could do the same thing. I'm not doing one single thing that you couldn't do if you didn't focus. Well, get the one thing. I'm going to be talking about it for about a month on a regular basis as we go through this book together in the mastermind. I hope you'll get it and go along in it with us as well. Well, listen, I got to get back to walking. I'm Big A, coming to you live from the Station Camp Greenway. You guys have a great day. Go out there and crush it. We'll see you.